Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a moment in life when you've cried all the tears you can cry. When you've replayed the same story in your head over and over. When you've sat in the same pit of disappointment so long that the walls around you feel like home. But I came to tell you today, it's time to get over it. Yes! It's time to stop nursing the pain of what happened. It's time to stop polishing the chains of regret. It's time to stop carrying the coffin of your past everywhere you go. You cannot step into the life you were born to live if you're still dragging around the weight of what broke you yesterday. I know what some of you are thinking, but you don't know what they did to me. You don't know how bad they hurt me. You don't know what I lost. You're right. I don't. But here's what I do know holding on to. It is costing you your future. Every day you spend rehearsing that pain is a day you don't invest in your destiny. The story we keep rehearsing. Let me ask you something. How many times have you told the same sad story? Not to inspire, not to teach, but just to bleed all over again. Every time you do, you open the wound. And every time you open it, it gets harder to heal. There are people who hurt you once, but because you won't let it go, you've allowed them to hurt you 1,000 times in your mind. That relationship ended, but you're still replaying the betrayal. That job fired you, but you're still living unemployed in your spirit. That dream didn't work out, but you're still rehearsing the failure. Listen. Stop giving CPR to what God already pronounced dead. Some doors closed because they were supposed to close. Some people left because they were supposed to leave. Stop chasing what abandoned you and start building with what's still in your hands. Your future is waiting. Let me tell you something powerful. The rest of your life doesn't have to look like the worst of your life. But it won't change until you decide to stop looking back. Your future is waiting for you, but it's too polite to compete with your past. Imagine running a race while looking backward. You'll stumble, you'll fall, you'll slow down. Some of you have been tripping over the same stone for years because you won't lift your eyes. Your future is calling, but your past has the line busy. And the tragedy is this, you can't receive new blessings with clenched fists. As long as you're holding on to what hurt you, your hands aren't open to receive what can heal you. Get angry enough to change. Now, hear me on this. Getting over it doesn't mean it didn't matter. It doesn't mean it didn't hurt. It doesn't mean it was fair. But it means you've decided you matter more than the memory. It means you've decided your purpose is bigger than your pain. Some of you need to get angry. Not angry at the person, but angry at the fact that the wound control your life this long. Angry that you gave away years you'll never get back. Angry enough to say, enough is enough. I'm not living like this anymore. Because here's the truth, nothing changes until you do. You can pray, you can cry, you can wait for somebody to apologize. But if you don't make the decision to rise, you'll stay right where you are. What's still inside you? Listen, you're not empty. You're not broken beyond repair. You're not finished. You've got gifts in you, talents in you, dreams in you that you haven't even touched yet. You've survived what was meant to destroy you, and you're still here. That means there's still work for you to do. The fact that you're breathing is proof that you haven't seen your best days yet. The fact that you're alive means your story isn't over. Stop rereading the same chapter and turn the page. There's a new business inside you, a new relationship inside you, a new version of you waiting to be born. But you'll never meet that person if you keep dragging the ghost of who you were. Release and rise. Say it with me. It's time to get over it. Say it louder. It's time to get over it. You've got to release it. Release the betrayal. Release the disappointment. Release the shame. Release the guilt. Release the resentment. Don't let yesterday rent space in your spirit any longer. Because here's what happens when you release. You rise. You get lighter. You get stronger. You get clearer. And suddenly the same weight that used to bury you becomes the platform you stand on to tell your story. The choice is yours. I can't make you do it. Nobody can. This is your choice. You can stay bitter or you can get better. You can stay a victim or you can become victorious. You can keep looking back or you can step forward, but you can't do both. So ask yourself today, how much longer am I willing to pay rent to my past? How much longer am I willing to give power to what's already gone? How much longer am I going to delay the life I was meant to live because I won't let go of the life I thought I wanted? The final word, ladies and gentlemen, life is short. Too short to waste on people who left. Too short to waste on dreams that died. Too short to waste on wounds that should have healed. You've got greatness in you. You've got resilience in you. You've got the ability to start again and win again. But you can't move forward if you're chained to the past. So today, draw a line in the sand. Make a decision. Tell your past, you don't live here anymore. Tell your pain, your lease is up. Tell your future, I'm ready for you now. Because it's not just about survival. It's about revival. It's not just about getting through. It's about rising above. It's not just about healing. It's about thriving. And you, my friend, you are ready. You can't drive forward looking in the rearview mirror. Think about that for a moment. A car is designed with a big windshield and a small rearview mirror for a reason. The windshield is wide, open, and clear because it represents where you're going. The rearview mirror is small, limited, and only there to glance at where you've been. But some people are living their entire lives with their eyes locked on that mirror. They're trying to navigate their future while staring at their past. And then they wonder why they keep crashing into the same walls, hitting the same obstacles, repeating the same painful cycles. You cannot go forward if your focus is always backward. When you're driving, if you stare too long at what's behind you, you miss the turn right in front of you. You miss the opportunity waiting at the next exit. You miss the green light telling you it's time to move. That's exactly how many of us are living. Life is giving us permission to go, to accelerate, to chase the future. But we're so locked on what happened yesterday that we can't see the blessings right in front of us today. You lost some things, yes. People hurt you, yes. You made mistakes, yes. But none of those are supposed to be destinations. They're mile markers, lessons, reminders. The past is information, not a residence. Too many people have pitched a tent in yesterday and wonder why they never arrive at tomorrow. They keep revisiting the pain, rehearsing the betrayal, reliving the failure, and every time they do, they are putting their energy into something that cannot move them forward. The rearview mirror is useful to glance, to learn, to check your position, but you cannot make it the focus of your vision. There's a reason your past is behind you. It cannot take you where you're going. And let me tell you, where you're going is bigger, brighter, and better than anything you've left behind. But you'll never see it if your mind is stuck replaying the highlight reel of hurt. Sometimes you have to remind yourself that what left you wasn't meant to stay. Some people who walked out, they had to. Some doors that closed, they were supposed to. Some failures you experienced, they were shaping you. You don't have to like it, but you do have to learn from it and then lift your eyes back to the road ahead. Because no matter how good or bad yesterday was, you can't live there anymore. Driving while staring at the rearview mirror is dangerous. It's only a matter of time before you crash. And in life, when you don't let go of what's behind, you end up wrecking relationships, wrecking opportunities, wrecking your confidence because you're not present for what's happening right now. The truth is, you deserve to experience the full journey ahead of you. You deserve to see the new horizons, the open roads, the destinations that still lie before you. But if you're fixated on the mirror, you'll miss the beauty of the windshield. Life keeps moving whether you're ready or not. The world doesn't pause while you sit in your past. Opportunities don't wait for you to stop grieving over what didn't work out. People who are meant to bless your life can walk right past you if you're too distracted looking behind. That's why it's critical to shift your focus. Your energy belongs to what's coming, not what's gone. You can't drive forward looking in the rearview mirror. Keep it in its place. Use it as a reference, not as a residence. Glance, don't gaze. Learn. Don't live there. Because the moment you lift your eyes, the moment you set your focus on the road in front of you, that's the moment momentum returns. That's when your journey truly begins again. Your pain was real, but your purpose is greater. Nobody is denying what you went through. Nobody is dismissing the nights you cried, the mornings you didn't want to get out of bed, the weight you carried when nobody else could see it. That pain was real. It cut deep. It shook you. It made you question yourself, question people, sometimes even question life itself. Pain has a way of making you believe that it's permanent, that it will always define you. But pain is a teacher, not a prison. Pain is evidence that you survived what tried to break you, but it is not the end of your story. Every scar you carry is a testimony that you lived through something that was meant to bury you. Every wound that healed is proof that you are stronger than you once believed. But if all you do is stop at the pain, if all you do is replay the injury, you miss the reason you were preserved through it. Your purpose is greater. There is something you were created to do, someone you were created to become. That can only be unlocked because of what you endured. The pain was part of the preparation. Think about it, the people who inspire the world, the ones we admire, the ones we quote, the ones we follow, are not the ones who never went through anything. They are the ones who were broken, disappointed, betrayed, but chose to rise anyway. They're the ones who decided that what they went through would not be wasted. And that's the same choice you have. You can either let the pain define you, or you can let it refine you. Your pain was real when you lost the job, when the relationship ended, when the friend betrayed you, when the dream collapsed. But in every single one of those moments, there was a seed planted inside of you, a seed of strength, a seed of resilience, a seed of wisdom. That seed is the foundation of your purpose. Some people think purpose comes wrapped in comfort, but it rarely does. Purpose often comes disguised as hardship. You don't discover how strong you are until something forces you to fight. You don't discover how resilient you are until you've been knocked down and had to get back up. You don't discover your voice until silence tries to smother it. Yes, the pain was real, but so is the destiny pulling you forward. Pain is temporary, but purpose is eternal. Pain will fade, but the lessons it taught you will fuel you for the rest of your life. If you keep your eyes fixed on the pain, you'll stay stuck in the story of what happened. But if you lift your eyes to your purpose, you'll realize that what hurt you was only shaping you into someone who could handle the next level of life. Sometimes the very thing that broke you becomes the platform you stand on to help someone else heal. Sometimes the very setback that embarrassed you becomes the story that empowers someone else. Sometimes the loss that felt unbearable becomes the motivation that drives you to build something greater. Your pain was real, but your purpose is greater. You are not here by accident. You didn't survive by chance. You're still here because your future requires you. Your calling demands you. Your purpose is waiting on you. The truth is, there is no greatness without struggle. There is no strength without resistance. There is no breakthrough without something to break through. The pain you went through is not the signal to stop. It's the evidence that something larger is on the horizon. You may have been crushed, but you are not destroyed. You may have been delayed, but you are not denied. The pain was real, but your purpose is greater, and it is waiting for you to rise up and claim it. Stop giving CPR to what's already dead. Too many people spend their energy trying to breathe life back into things that were never meant to last. They hold on to relationships that expired years ago, hoping somehow that loyalty or effort can resurrect something that no longer exists. They cling to old dreams that have already served their purpose, refusing to make room for new opportunities. They revisit mistakes, regrets, and failures as if repeating them will somehow change the outcome. The truth is, some things are gone for a reason. Some chapters close because the story has moved forward. Yet we keep trying to revive them, draining ourselves in the process. You can't keep dragging dead weight and expect to run toward your destiny. Imagine someone strapping a lifeless body to their back and trying to sprint. It's not only exhausting, it's impossible to reach the finish line that way. That's exactly what happens when you keep giving CPR to what's dead. It robs you of energy, vision, and passion. It keeps you locked in the same place, repeating cycles instead of breaking free. The problem isn't that your future isn't waiting. It's that your arms are too full of yesterday to grab hold of tomorrow. Some people left your life and you're still chasing them, begging for their approval, waiting for them to validate you. But if they walked away, let them walk. If the door closed, let it stay closed. If the season ended, honor it and release it. Every attempt to breathe life into what has already expired keeps you from seeing what's alive in front of you. You can't receive a new relationship while you're still obsessed with fixing the old one. You can't step into new business opportunities if you're still clinging to the one that failed. You can't discover new parts of yourself if you're determined to hold on to an old version that's already gone. The reason so many people feel tired, heavy, and defeated isn't because life is unfair. It's because they are pouring all their energy into something that has no life left. They are investing emotions into people who no longer invest back. They are giving loyalty to situations that give nothing in return. They are revisiting past hurts, hoping the outcome will magically shift. But you can't resuscitate what was never meant to rise again. It's time to recognize when the season has ended and give yourself permission to walk away. There is freedom in letting go. There is power in saying, this doesn't serve me anymore. There is strength in acknowledging this chapter is over and it's okay. Some doors close not to punish you, but to protect you. Some relationships die not because you failed, but because you've grown. Some dreams fade because they were only stepping stones to prepare you for something greater. When you stop giving CPR to what's dead, you finally have room to nurture what's alive. Life has a rhythm. There are times for planting and times for harvesting, times for beginnings and times for endings. Refusing to accept endings keeps you trapped in cycles that were never meant to last. You can't breathe life into what's gone. All you can do is honor it, thank it for what it gave you, and then release it. The energy you waste trying to revive the past is the same energy that could be building your future. The tears you shed over what's gone are the same waters that could be nourishing what's growing inside you now. Stop giving CPR to what's already dead and start putting your energy where life still exists. Release the past, or it will keep renting space in your future. Every memory, every regret, every disappointment you refuse to let go of is like a tenant living rent free in your mind. It occupies your thoughts. It drains your energy. And it shapes the way you see yourself and the world around you. The past is supposed to be a teacher, not a roommate. Yet many people allow it to unpack its bags, settle in, and dictate how they live today. You cannot build a new house if the foundation is cluttered with the rubble of old ones. You cannot step boldly into what is ahead if yesterday keeps whispering in your ear that you're not good enough, not worthy enough, not capable enough. Carrying the past in the future is like dragging broken furniture into a brand new home. It doesn't fit. It doesn't belong. And it takes up space that was meant for something fresh. The heartbreak, the betrayal, the mistake, the missed opportunity. They already had their time. They already taught you what they were meant to teach. But when you keep holding on, you don't just keep the memory, you keep the weight. That weight slows you down, clouds your vision, and sabotages your progress. The reason some people can't see the possibilities in front of them is because their eyes are still blinded by the shadows of what's behind them. There is a cost to holding on. Every time you revisit an old wound, you pay with your peace. Every time you replay the betrayal, you pay with your joy. Every time you nurse the regret, you pay with your confidence. And before long, your future is mortgaged to the debts of your past. But the truth is, the past doesn't leave on its own. It leaves when you decide to evict it. It leaves when you take back the keys you gave it. It leaves when you stop giving it permission to rule over your present. Some people live their entire lives in the shadow of something that happened years ago. They allow one failure to define their identity. They allow one heartbreak break to define their ability to love. They allow one mistake to define their worth. But your past is not who you are. It's simply what you've been through. The danger of letting it rent space in your future is that you end up becoming a prisoner of something that no longer even exists. You end up making decisions based on fear of repeating what happened instead of faith in what can happen. Releasing the past doesn't mean erasing it. It means learning from it, taking the lesson, and then letting go of the grip it has on you. It means acknowledging that you can't rewrite what already happened, but you can decide what happens next. It means giving yourself permission to move forward without dragging the baggage that was never meant for the next chapter of your life. Just as a landlord has the right to evict a tenant who refuses to pay rent, you have the right to evict thoughts, memories, and regrets that refuse to serve your growth. You have limited space in your heart, in your mind, in your life. If that space is filled with yesterday, there's no room for today, and certainly no room for tomorrow. Release the past, or it will keep renting space in your future. And the longer it stays, the more it costs. The moment you let go is the moment you create space for new joy, new opportunities, and new beginnings to move in. Your breakthrough begins the moment you let go. Breakthroughs don't come when you're still clutching tightly to the things that broke you. They don't happen when your fists are full of anger, regret, fear, or the need for revenge. A breakthrough requires open hands and an open heart. It comes when you finally decide that holding on to the pain is no longer worth the cost. It comes when you make peace with the fact that yesterday cannot be changed, but tomorrow is still waiting to be written. Letting go isn't weakness, it's strength. It takes courage to release what has defined you, shaped you, or even comforted you in some twisted way. But the moment you do, you create the space for something new, something greater, something aligned with the future you were meant to live. So many people are standing at the edge of their next chapter, but can't step into it because their arms are full of what was. They're carrying resentment, carrying shame, carrying memories of failure, carrying the heavy weight of other people's opinions. And as long as they carry all that, they cannot walk freely into the opportunity that is waiting. Letting go is not just about dropping what hurt you. It's about releasing the identity you built around it. Some people have lived so long in their pain that they don't know who they are without it. But the truth is, who you are without the pain is far stronger than who you ever were with it. The breakthrough you've been waiting for isn't about someone else changing, apologizing, or making things right. It's about you deciding to change your grip. It's about you saying, I will no longer be a prisoner of this memory, of this disappointment, of this story I've been telling myself. Breakthroughs don't show up when you demand them. They show up when you're ready to release the things that block them. The river doesn't flow until the dam is removed. Your purpose doesn't flow until the clutter of your past is cleared away. There is a freedom that only comes when you unclench your fists and let the past drop. There is a lightness that only arrives when you stop dragging the chains of what no longer belongs to you. That's when momentum comes back. That's when creativity flows again. That's when energy rises. Because the weight you were carrying wasn't just slowing you down. It was burying you alive. Every step forward became harder because you were anchored to things that could not move. The moment you let go, that anchor snaps and you discover you can run again. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean pretending it never happened. It means you've chosen not to let it define you anymore. It means you've chosen to honor the lesson, but stop carrying the burden. It means you've chosen to reclaim your focus, your joy, and your future. The breakthrough begins right there. When you shift your energy from holding on to reaching forward. The greatest doors in life often stay closed until you prove you're willing to leave the baggage outside. Opportunity cannot be entrusted to hands that are still gripping the past. Growth cannot happen in soil that's crowded with old roots. Love cannot flourish in a heart that is still filled with bitterness. But the moment you let go, the moment you release, is the moment life can finally trust you with more. That's when the walls you've been pushing against start to crack. That's when the ceiling you've been stuck under begins to break. That's when the breakthrough shows up. Not someday, not when the circumstances change, but in the exact moment you decide to let go.